What is up? Man. So I have this list of videos that I'm going to make. And as it is now, there's probably about 10, 10 or so topics that I'm going to be covering. Naturally, here I am as I'm recording this, here I am on a Saturday morning, and I didn't bring the list home from work. So I got to do as many of these as I can off of memory. Uh, I can knock one out right now. Um, a long time ago, some of you may remember, uh, I did this war game scenario where I laid out a grid and I put a dice on there to simulate the randomness of battle. And we were going to go strategy against strategy. And I challenged YouTube user Cranky Prepper. And he graciously replied. Of course, he's since taken the video down because apparently that's what YouTube users do with replies. Yeah, they just take them down for no reason whatsoever. um, anyway, I didn't respond at the time because Cranky Prepper misunderstood the instructions and cheated and ended up taking two moves. And then Red Tony, whose background I think is much, much more than meets the eye, immediately noticed and commented on the the futility of the attack in this scenario as the defender had all the advantages. I it, it to speak of things military, it takes a lot to mess up a hardened defensible position, you know. The liability's all on the attacker. As it should be. I think that's the natural way of things, wouldn't you say? So, oh man, yeah. So that's that. Um, Maybe we can get on here and if somebody wants, we can work it out one time where we can meet up on the chess online and we'll play chess against each other and we'll post that. It's okay. I'm no good at it. I get it all confused. The little pointy guy, the little castle guy. I don't know. Oh man. So yeah, it's good to find y'all this weekend. I had a couple times this last week. I got a lot going on personally, family wise, and everything else. And something I've been reflecting on. There were times this week that you get to that point where you just wonder if you're ever going to smile again, just because so much is going on. I had a couple of those moments, you know? And luckily, I don't know, well, maybe not so luckily, um, in the past, I've reached my physical limits of stress and exhaustion. So I know when those limitations are coming on, and I know how to handle it, when to back off, get rest when I need it, um, limit limit my input so that I can concentrate on the things that I need to concentrate on. And unfortunately, I actually had to kick that in last week, and it worked out fine. I mean, of course, my my coworkers my coworkers probably disagree with you because whatever that's Sam laying down on a plastic bag. She loves that crinkly stuff. Anyway, my coworkers would probably disagree with me in that. Um, a lot of that stress I took out on our new parts guy, who who this last week had a very steep learning curve. I think just just yesterday, I threatened to shove a truck grill up his asshole. Yeah, it was really bizarre. There was a part that I needed for a vehicle that came in, and he handed me this other thing, and it was for a totally different vehicle, and yeah. In my defense, I told him point blank earlier, maybe this was last week, I said point blank, listen, you give us the wrong parts, it costs us money. It is the only way that I make money is by working on the cars and getting them right the first time. And everything that I do, time-wise, before and after that, has to do with me having the repairs and the parts right the first time. I get the job done, I get paid, I move on. I don't get the job done, I don't get paid. I don't get another vehicle sometimes. Or the rotation, the work dispatch rotation has to be moved around, and it changes. And it one guy, check this out, one guy in the shop, if something like that happens, it can mess everybody up, believe it or not. Because when everything's clicking, boom, 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 and we're getting stuff through and we're fixing it right, um, we all have an idea where we're at and where we need to go. But as soon as something messes up, I mean, it's wild how something silly like that, and you wouldn't think it would mess anything up, and it throws everything off. It's wild, and you piss your drivability guy off so much that he can't even fix nothing afterwards. Luckily, though, nothing tough's really come in for me. A couple of the other fellows, they had some stuff come in that I gave them a hand with, but my stuff's been pretty simple, or it seemed to be pretty simple. Um, the supervisor there, he's been rearranging the tool situation, shop tool situation, and it's getting a lot better, man. I'm feeling pretty good about it. Feeling pretty good about the whole thing, and out in the shop, our communication's better than ever. Um, I'm lucky. Well, I don't know. I mean, is it lucky or is it unlucky to actually work with some of your best friends? I think it's a double-edged sword. Um, in the case of the one guy, I mean, we're in a hunting club together, so it's like there's a lot of stuff that we got to stow if something happens in the week, and then we head up into the woods. There's a lot of stuff we got to stow, but on the other hand, there's an element of trust. If we can just be honest with each other, there's an element of trust that makes that environment different than any place else that somebody might go. It's not a hostile environment. I mean, like I said, no, the new parts guy might find it otherwise, but it's intense. I'm not interested in finding his limits. You know what I'm saying? I just need my parts right, and I'm thinking I need to switch my strategy in how to help him out, because the the abusive stepbrother thing doesn't appear to be working. I'll switch strategies on him, but he's getting it. He's getting it from both ends. The same supervisor that I was telling you about. He's more or less a fixed operations guy, so he's over service and parts. So he's been hitting them up pretty good too. But thing is, the guy's young, you know. So, and this is, I think, he is he's being groomed for the parts manager position, which I think is he was the lead parts guy at a aftermarket parts place, but I think this is his biggest job yet. So I mean, we're trying to get him to where he can do the job well. I mean, he's young and capable, seemingly hungry, but you know, he likes to play, and that's something that I've had trouble with in the past when I was younger. You know. So yeah, there you go. There is my update flap. Um, Man, like old Strangler Barnes says, man, there's some more to come. more to come. I got some videos to knock out, and Cranky Prepper, holler at me, boy, if you play chess or something. We'll get it figured out. I'm really, really, really busy until next February. I got bow season coming up, Shun. I don't know what to tell you. I got bow season coming up. Don't tell Tex Grebner, man. I'm gonna be running the heavier muzzies. That's my choice. I'm gonna run the heavier muzzies, and I'm not. I don't think I'm gonna get a turkey tag this year. No turkey stamp. I'm gonna specialize in whitetail and squirrel. All right, man. Y'all be good and enjoy. Like I said, got some stuff coming up. We'll see y'all later.